Hey guys, welcome back to our channel Stalk My Closet. Today I'm sharing stitching of wrap dress. I've shared its pattern and cutting in my previous video. Click the link in the I button or description box to check it out. So let's get started. Firstly, I'll stitch bodies and bottom. For front, decide which side you want to overlap and attach tulip shape bottom with the respective bodies. I'll be keeping right side on the top. To attach both pieces, place bodies on the bottom, right sides together and make a stitch. Overlock it. Keep seam allowance direction upwards and make a top stitch. Similarly, I'll attach other bodies and bottoms. Now I'll finish back neckline with the bias tape. Place the tape on the neckline, right sides together and make a stitch. Now fold it towards wrong side like this and make a stitch on the inner edge. Now I'll trim the excess fabric. I'll make final stitch to secure bias tape later. For now, just keep it aside. Now to finish front neckline, I'm using contrast fabric bias tape. This is 1.75 inch wide. This piece will overlap, so I'll attach bias tape from neckline to the bottom end point. Place the bias tape on the wrong side of the bodies and make a stitch. Don't pull the tape, gently place it on the bodies and make a stitch. So I stitched tape on the bodies part. Now iron it. Turn it around, fold the seam allowance and again iron it. Now final fold and again iron it. Now I'll make a stitch on the edge to secure it. Most important thing to keep in mind here is don't make small cuts on the seam allowance of bias tape as we generally do on the neckline. If you make cuts, you won't get stiff bias tape finishing. It will be loose and it will not fit properly. So I have finished front bodies with bias tape. Now similarly I'll attach bias tape on the bottom part. I'll also insert the belt between the bias tape and the dress. And now I'll make a stitch. So I stitched bias tape. Now I'll iron it and I'll repeat the same process as I did for the bodies. It's so easy to finish curve using this method, and pressing gives professional finish. It seems time consuming, but trust me, it will save your time. I've left extra bias tape on the top. Now fold it in a slant way to match body's bias tape. Fold left out seam allowance inside, and now I'll make a stitch. I have attached bias tape on the opposite bodies as well. Now I'll stitch shoulder slope on both sides. I have stitched shoulder slopes. Now I'll make a stitch on the back neckline to secure bias tape. Now I'll finish both armholes with the bias tape as I finished back neckline, so I'm just skipping this part. To make belt, I have cut out 34-inch long strip. This is on fold. and 1.75 inch in width. Fold it by half and make a stitch. I'm giving diagonal shape at the end. Trim the excess fabric. Now turn it inside out. I'm using this pencil. Now iron it. So belt is ready. Now I'll finish bottom of the dress. Match unfinished sides with the finished one and make a tuck. Now I'll stitch it. Just double fold the fabric and make a stitch. Now I'll stitch side fitting seam on both sides. Insert the belt like this. Similarly, I'll stitch other side. Now I'll finish inner edge. Fold it like this and trim the fabric straight. This will reduce bulkiness, and yes, this can be done while cutting the fabric, but I didn't want to create confusion. To finish it, just double fold it and make a stitch. So my dress is almost completed. I have finished the inner side. Now I'll stitch button to secure inner layer of dress. Stitch one part on the inner layer and other on the seam allowance. So I have stitched stitch button and my dress is completed. And this is how it looks. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you like this video. If you do, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Till then, take care. Bye bye.